Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jewel, and I'm gonna go ahead and do a general message for the collective today. And I hope you guys are all doing well today and having a good day. I am gonna use a Celtic cross spread for my reading. If you have been with me, you know that I use that spread a lot in my readings. It is my favorite spread. But let's go ahead and see what the energy has to say today. All right, so let's go ahead and just jump in right here. So let's start off with the foundation of the reading. We have the Tower in reverse. So the Tower in reverse, well, when it is upright, it's about an upheaval, a disaster, or like a foundational shift. So when it is um, in the downside, it is about avoiding disasters, um, delaying disasters, or even fear of a disaster. But let's keep going here. Let's see what this is about. So yeah, what's crossing the reading is the star. So the star is what I'm getting here. Well, I'll just go ahead and tell you what it's about. It's about hope, faith, healing, rejuvenation, being in the spotlight. So that's what I'm getting from here. I'm getting that. So this is in the middle of the reading. So I usually do put these two cards together to have. So this is the middle is the overall like energy of the reading. So the overall energy of this reading is going to be that you're avoiding bad situations, bad people, anything that can get in the way of your success here. Because you're now standing in this star energy. So you're either already, I'm getting that you're already pursuing something that has to do with being in the public eye. That's usually what a star is. Yeah, so it could be an artist, a musician, a podcaster, a tarot reader, like anything like that. Yeah, so this is about avoiding disasters. So I'm getting here that because you're avoiding all these things that can cause a disaster in your life, you're finally able to step into your star energy. Okay, so you're being very protective. That's what I'm getting. You're being very protective of your energy right now. But let's go ahead and keep going. What they want you to focus on is the King of Pentacles in reverse. So the King of Pentacles in reverse is about indulgence or greed or being like excess, like having excess. Yeah, if you guys can understand what I'm saying there. But yeah, so yeah, let me try to tap into what this could have to do with the foundation here. So interesting. Yeah, so I'm getting this to be aware. Yeah, so I'm getting this. Yes, exactly. There you go. Yeah, this is about avoiding people or people like this or situations like this. And I see that you are avoiding that. That's what this has to do with here. You're avoiding um, you're not focused on any of those things. You're not focused on indulgence, greed. You've actually let go of all that. And that's what's helping you avoid all these disasters here. But let's keep going. In the recent past, we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So the Three of Pentacles in reverse is about lack of teamwork, um, being disorganized or even having conflict like within a group work setting. So this could have been like at a job I'm getting. Yeah, that's what I'm getting here. So you might have tried working with other people in the past and it just didn't work out. So that's what I'm getting because there was a lot of, just egos involved. It could have been for any reason why it didn't work out with these people because people can be messy sometimes. That's what I'm getting here. Yeah, so you've tried working with others in the past and it just didn't work out. So, in few words, didn't work out. So, in the strength position, we have the of the two of wands here. So the two of wands is about, this is in your strength. So you're planning. This is about planning. So making decisions. You're maybe even planning on, he's holding a globe here. So like traveling the world or whatever you're planning here. That's your strength. So you're in like this, you're, that's one of your greatest strengths is that you're able to plan by yourself. Like you don't need a team in order to be able to plan out a project or a goal, okay? Or to travel, you don't need people. That's what I'm getting here. You don't need people to be able to go travel or do whatever you want, okay? So here in the near future, we have the Ten of Swords upright. So yes, let me see what this could be about. So this is about defeat, backstabbing, failure, or a collapse. Okay, so interesting. So I am getting this as like burnout. I am getting this as an energy of burnout. Yeah, so spirit is saying to, this is a warning here in the near future, like not to burn yourself out. Okay, so yeah, that's what we're getting here. Like you you might be working hard at something, but don't burn yourself out. Okay. Now, as for your position, we do have the strength in reverse. So the strength in reverse is about being in doubt, having pride. Um, so it's the opposite of strength. So it could also mean weakness or being cowardly. This is you right here, actually. So this could actually be and this is your energy. So you could be actually feeling this way right now. That's what I'm getting. Like I'm not gonna sugarcoat these readings. So I just have to tell you what I have here on my table. Yes. So the strength in reverse is about not feeling strong right now, okay? Or being doubtful. So you might be feeling a little bit doubtful about this, okay? So let's just keep going here. For the environment, we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. This is your environment currently. So currently, you are coming out of um, this anxiety, hopelessness, this trauma that you've been going through, probably having to do with people in the recent past here that you tried to collaborate with, or it could be, take it as it resonates, take it as it fits. Yeah, but this is about find. It is in reverse, so it is about coming out of all that. So right now, it is about hope and being able to reach out for help. So I do see you just coming out of this is your environment, so it is telling me that you're coming out of this. So okay, so yeah, let's just keep going here. For your hopes and fears, we have the High Priestess in reverse. The High Priestess in reverse is about like repressing emotions, okay? Or there could even be secrets. This did come out in the fierce position. So what I'm actually getting here is that whatever you're pursuing here that's making you the star, of course you need your intuition to guide you, but I'm getting the sense that you're not really feeling spirit right now, and that's making you feel doubtful, or you might not have like all the energy and motivation in the world right now to do whatever this goal you have is, or this project, whatever it is. But I am getting that it is something that you use your intuition with, but you're you're coming off as very unsure, and like you're not sure if you can trust your intuition, and or you might not even be able to hear your intuition, or you might be able to hear your intuition, but you're just unsure if that is the voice of intuition that you're hearing. So you're just very unsure, is what I'm getting here. Okay. And also, you might not feel intuitive 100% of the time. Like, for instance, like I'm a tarot reader, and sometimes it is hard for me to get into an intuitive state, just because I relate a lot to like these issues with like, just having people hurt me in the past. I think everyone as a human being goes through that, but sometimes I even doubt my intuition sometimes, or I could be unsure about it at times. Okay, so like I might not have the motivation to get up and do a tarot reading. You know what I mean? Or if I'm a musician, I might not feel inspired. Or if I'm an artist, I might not feel inspired that day to do it. Okay, so that this is what that is about. As for the outcome of the reading, it is the Hangman Upright. So this card is about going within and just being very still, and being able to just surrender. It's the card of surrender. So that's what the outcome of this reading is. It's about just being in suspension and just letting, like, going with the flow, okay? And just being still and letting the inspiration come through, okay? So that is the outcome of the reading, but I am going to go ahead and pull up a few cards from the Moonology Messages Oracle deck. And we only need a few cards for this, so we are going to take out just two cards here. And let's see what we have. Okay. So we did get self exalted moon, self regulation, and we got moon shining, stay in integrity. So let's go ahead and see what this is about. Exalted moon. So in in the situation you're asking about, your superpower is that you can regulate your emotions. That doesn't mean suppress them. It means you can feel all your feelings and process them and let them move through you. You can just be. This gives you power. Remember, as within, so without. In other words, when you're filled with tumultuous inner emotions, your external life is likely to reflect that. However, pulling this card suggests that no matter what you've been going through, being at peace with your feelings is the key to success. Even if your feelings are intense, breathe through them so they don't cause outward turbulence. That is your magic. Think of yourself as a sorceress or sorcerer and stay centered now. For best results, bring compassion, empathy, and unconditional love to your current situation. You have all that you need to sort this situation out. In fact, you may even have the upper hand. However, you need to use that to your advantage wisely. You may need to take the emotional lead. Be a good example for others. And we also got moon shining. Moon shining. Hold on, guys. Okay. Stay in integrity. Moonshining means talking nonsense or empty or foolish talk. There is a sense with this card that someone is saying all style and no substance. Is that person you or someone else? Drawing this card suggests there's a risk that someone has been filling your head with ideas that have no place in there. Maybe someone's been making promises to you that they can't or won't keep. Or maybe someone has said something hurtful to you and you've taken it far too seriously. Perhaps they were just being provocative. There is a sense when this card comes up that you should disregard the empty or cruel words that someone has spoken to you and instead gather up your own power and love yourself more. Also, do not be the person who is sorry guys, doing the moon shining. In other words, make sure you're acting with integrity in all your current dealings. Otherwise, as sure as the moon rises, karma could come and even things out. That's not meant to sound alarming, it's just a statement of fact. Okay, guys, that is all the messages I have for you today. I hope this reading did help somebody out there. If you do like my style of reading, please go ahead and like this video. Do subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next reading.